This Sunday, Switzerland is holding a referendum on a proposal to cap the population at 10 million. Currently, it's about 9 million. No other country has ever adopted such a cap. The initiative is being brought by the populist right Swiss People's Party. Switzerland's population has grown rapidly since 2002. 27% of Swiss residents were born abroad. For more, let's speak to our correspondent, John Zarocostas. Hello to you, John. You're joining us from Geneva. Tell us how all of this is unfolding and just what people are voting for today.
Yes, the polls just closed. We don't have a readout yet, but before the vote, it was very close. The last opinion polls was neck and neck between the proponents supporting the no vote for capping the population at 10 million and opponents with a small tilt towards rejecting the initiative. This has been led by the right-wing Swiss People's Party, dubbed the Sustainability Initiative, and they're basically saying increase in immigration is having pressure on public services and on the environment. Opponents of the initiative are saying this would be a recipe for chaos, and that's opposed by the federal government, companies, and trade unions, and basically saying it would be very difficult, given the needs of the Swiss economy, to cut the Swiss out from the rest of Europe.
Yeah, and if it does pass, John, how would the government oppose a population cap practically, concretely? What does that mean?
Well, the initiative has it calls for a trigger mechanism that when the population hits 9.5 million, which would probably be in the next decade, that the government would have to start taking initiatives to limit the growth. That would also impact on asylum applications and family reunifications, and probably have to negotiate exemptions from bilateral accords that deal with movement of people. And secondly, if the population surpassed the 10 million cap, then Switzerland would be forced to basically leave the so-called accords it has with the European Union within 2 years, and also terminate other accords linked to population with other countries. So it's quite a process.
John, I want to ask you about another story. On Monday, the G7 begins in France, in Evian, not far from Geneva, and protests taking place in Geneva this Sunday.
Well, that's right. There's an authorized anti-G7 demonstration that will be taking place in Geneva starting around 3:15 this afternoon. The demonstration has been limited to the right bank of Lake Geneva and not allowed to go on the left bank. And there are reinforcements of police and military personnel because they have the stark memories from the last G8 also hosted in Evian at the time, which included Russia. The center of Geneva was ransacked, and there were violent clashes with the police by anti-globalization militants.
All right, John, thank you very much. John Zarocostas reporting from Geneva.